I got pinched by the shelf, like the corner of it, like pinched my butt, and now it hurts. Anyways, whatever. I don't even know if that clip will make it in the video, depending how funny I feel when I'm editing. But welcome back, part 3, guys. I did not expect to be recording today because of Pokemon's Black and White release, or Black Bolt White Flare release, technically. And here we are, a little bit of downtime. It's about 4:15 here, and the big rush really died down, which is fine. I mean, we did well today so far, and that just means we'll have inventory over the weekend. Plus, it allows me time to keep moving. So we're back, part 3. I believe I left off talking about the shelf that is pretty much the same but looks different, where I was going to put that as supplies kind of over there in the corner. We're going to get that done today. We got boxes to break down. I already broke down some boxes. And then just continue with the organization. I do need, we'll get there when we get there, but I need to clear a table off because I need it for something else. So we have got to find a place to put all those cards, those football cards. UPS did not bring the 2-row boxes yesterday or today for me. I guess they got delayed until Tuesday, or they didn't get shipped out until yesterday, actually. I'm annoyed, but it's not the end of the world. They're just 2-row boxes. It'll only help when it comes time to organizing. So, speaking of which, let's take you around here. There's that shelf right there that we're gonna slide on out. We're gonna slide it around. We were able to, boxes are covering it. We were able to put some shipping supplies over there, kind of get that off of a rolling cart, that if you're frequent to the shop, you'll be familiar with this rolling cart. Here's a bunch of extra Pokemon stuff that we just got in, so that was pretty cool. They actually forgot.
This video was brought to you by my loyal patrons through the channel membership program. Pledge today and receive exclusive perks, benefits, early access to videos, and more. Link in the description.
2 products of mine. I've already reached out to my distributor. That's going to be all taken care of, so that's good. But yes, to refresh, that shelf will kind of go right here. So where all the top loads and other supplies are, we're going to put those binders. We got a bunch of cool, I got to show you guys this. You guys are going to love this, especially if you're in the market for a case. If I can open the box. Check this out. We just got this in from the distributor. It locks, unlocks. Open it up. We have our 3 rows in there with foam dividers. Finally have this, carrying cases to sell. Very excited for this. They were on the distributor's website for a little bit now. I just haven't bothered picking them up for some reason. So we're going to save this for the expansion when we eventually do. We got 6 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so 6. Those are going to go on the supply shelf as well, because those won't be high-flying movers, more likely. Just be most likely not, because if you already have one, then you're good. You don't need 2. You don't need 3. It's not like, oh, let me buy 1 box. Let me buy 2 boxes. Let me buy a card. Let me buy 2 cards. But first things first, I want to get that shelf out and into its appropriate spot. Alright, so we're going to leave this just a little bit of space so I can put the second half of the shelving unit on top. Now that I kind of see it here in this location, it's going to come further down. I just got to move some cardboard boxes here, and then obviously the table right here, that's the bottom of the screen, kind of skews it a little bit. Not a fan of this little gap right here. I think by pushing it down a little bit more will help. I think I'd want the end of the shelf right here to kind of come to the end of the table right here. It's kind of what I'm leaning on at the time, but let's put the other, let's move the boxes first. Let's just do that right now. I gotta be super careful with all these boxes. I just realized I got another folding table or 2 in the shed. So I think I might just use those for what I need. It's for personal reasons. It doesn't matter. It's not important for this video or anything. So I actually really don't need these tables. So that's good to know. Good. But yeah, let's put this together. I just realized I gotta fix the height of these shelves. One has to go down, the other has to go up. Let's just skip to the completion of this damn shelf. It is fine. The boxes are in the way. It is finally complete. Ta-da! Oh, wow, that hurt. Oof. I don't know if the camera picked that up. Probably not. My shoulder just cracked. All right, now we got to get supplies up on this shelf as well. And it was super dangerous because the cards are right here. You can see some of them back here. But stacks and mounds of cards are right here. Super dangerous. Probably just going to kind of put every supply that's going to go on this shelf just next to the shelf, because I don't want to play around and mess up and then the cards fall. That is the last thing I want to do. I did bump the table a couple times. Nothing happened. Thank God. Shelf's in place. I think it's a good spot. It gives me plenty of space right here. I'll probably run the cart through it a couple times just to double check. But that is looking good. All right, we're back at it with another epic day on the schedule. That's how like a lot of Europeans say schedule. But we are very excited to be, whoa! hopefully that didn't spook you there. Today, we're gonna be moving more stuff over from the office here into the warehouse. Right now, we're gonna be transitioning the sealed collection and my personal collection that's here at the shop. We're gonna try to find a nice little spot. I'm thinking over in the corner over there, and I'll show you in a second. However, still waiting on UPS, guys. It's been a week or so, and they are expected to come today with 75 two-row boxes. All I need is, I think, 17 or 15. I forget which one I already have, but it equals 32 regardless, to finish the football quarter boxes by team. Have the shelf already made, already tested out and everything. So once UPS comes here, make the boxes, put the cards in the boxes, put the boxes on the shelf, and then we can call that done. Then we can move on to baseball. But yes, right now we are going to try to occupy a little bit of our waiting time for the PC, get that in here, and then just kind of see what else we're working with in terms of space, because I don't want to throw too much in here without making room for the collection, because I still wanted to be able to display that very, very nicely. However, I also don't want it in the way of, obviously, shop operations. All right, so I've made a couple of collection videos, but it's all been singles, really. However, I don't think I've actually showed you the sealed collection that I do have. So I'll just show you a little bit, and then maybe we'll make a video another time. Maybe a video for channel members, who knows? All here is all Sword and Shield booster boxes. Obviously, everybody's favorite Evolving Skies. Yes, that is here. Let's see, which one's this? This is Fusion Strike, which has jumped up to $800 now per box, which is absolutely crazy. All 12 boxes of Sword and Shield are here. We, of course, have Obsidian Flames and all 10 Scarlet and Violet boxes. Also have Super Premium Collection for Prismatic Evolutions. We have a 151 ETB, UPC, a Terrapagos UPC. I wish I had a Charizard UPC. That'd be really cool to have the 4 of those. And then we have some stuff down at the bottom as well. But we're going to bring a bookcase in, drop it in the corner, and then situate this and see how it looks, because moving the collection around is a great opportunity to be able to kind of rotate some things in the PC, design it differently, make it look cool. Perfect. So we're gonna have one go here. I'll move the camera over. Then I'm gonna have the smaller one just below where the shot is. And then I'm gonna have the second tall bookcase here. Then I'll probably just scoot the shelf down to butt it up next to it, because I do want to have that shelf here on this wall. It's just a good spot for it. It's kind of out of the way. I'm a fan of it being next to the collection, not really, just because I'm trying to keep things separate, but it's really the only good spot for this shelf to go. I'll have to make sure once all the stuff gets on the collection, I'll have to make sure that I keep that blind closed. Don't want anything to get sun damaged, even though they're, you know, the cases UV protected. These Ultra Pro ones are UV protected. However, you leave something out long enough in the sun, it'll still get burnt no matter what kind of protection it has. So let's watch a cool little time lapse of me trying to figure out how to display the new, well, it's not new collection, but I would like a nice little new display of the collection. We'll see what we can come up with. So what I've done in the past is I've had them too high, because it just fits perfect in between each shelf. Each shelf is perfectly spaced out. You guys know that, you know, the OCD kicks in. It's got to line up perfectly, which it does here. However, I can only fit 3 ETBs, going across, and I'll show you. It's like I never left. And yes, they are in order of release, which is super important to me. And I could put them in the middle, keep it nice and even. But I do like kind of pushing them all the way over to give me as much gap right here as possible, or on the other side to put something else there. I do have a few ETBs in my collection, which I've been thinking about taking out. However, Hector's actually bringing them over right now. So if I can fit the ETBs into this gap, that would be great. It'd probably make everything nice and tight. So we'll check that out in a second. All right, so the ETB thickness-wise was just a little too small to fit here in the gap. However, the Star Wars Unlimited boosters, which I am trying to collect, I have the first 3. Couldn't find the 4th one. I do think the 5th one is out now, but I don't have that one as well. 4th one would fit up here perfectly, or I could start going up here once I add more boosters. So the first 6 sets of Sword and Shield are here. Then we're going to drop the next 6 sets, ending with Silver Tempest. And then the shelf below, which you can't see, it's out of shot, will be Scarlet and Violet. We'll have those first 6 there. And then the next 4, or the last 4, I should add, ending with Destined Rivals down on the 4th shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4th shelf. And then we'll have a little bit of extra space. We'll have this much space to work with. So we could probably put like an ETB. We'll figure it out. Good news, boxes are in finally. UPS finally delivered the 2-row boxes that we need to put these cards. I actually already kind of started it into these, keep them organized, write a little sticky with the team name on them. Had a small little rush, did some things out there that was completely unrelated to back here. However, so we did put a pause on the collection aspect of it. I mean, my PC is on the cart. I got cards here on the dolly. I got some UPCs on some light bulbs that are in a box. Things are, again, as I've mentioned a few times in this series, disorganized, but it's an organized disorganization. Does that make sense, guys? Anyways, doesn't matter. We can finally get the cards off of this shelf, and then we can finally put them on the shelf over there that I've had Hector been building the last couple of weeks or so. And then we can move on to the baseball, which we do have a table full of baseball cards right there. Those are probably going to need 4-row boxes. The stacks don't look that big, guys. I mean, I'm looking at the Cubs, and it's only right here. It's not that tall. But my friend Pete has been organizing a bunch of cards for me in the background, which I do have to organize and sort those. Plus, we have the quarter bin cards of baseball that are currently out on the shop floor that we have yet to take back here to organize those as well. Those I'll probably wait. I might take one team just to kind of see what it looks like, because a lot of the teams, especially the older ones that have been around for like 60 years at this point, you know, starting from maybe like around the 60s where the Expos now Nationals, or the Mets, the Blue Jays, those franchises, when they came about to be, could probably fill close to a 4-row. Obviously your Red Sox, Yankees, Phillies, Reds, all those older teams that have been around for over 100 years, Cubs obviously. But your Marlins, your Diamondbacks, your Rockies, the teams that haven't been around for so long, the teams that kind of blossomed in the 90s, they're probably not going to be able to fill a 4-row. So I might pivot and have those be 2 rows, because it's going to take a long time to fill those boxes up with 4 rows. But I mean, there are a ton of quarter cards coming in for baseball, a ton, that they probably could get up to a 4-row very, very quickly. But if they're getting up to a 4-row, that means all the other teams are going to need more than a 4-row. So let's not jump too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get this organized and done. Alright, so what I was doing is writing each of the abbreviations of the teams on the sticky notes here, but I already found that one of them fell off, and you can see pretty much all of them are peeling off. I mean, my God, you can't get good sticky notes now? Jeez, even the sticky notes are cheap, but that's what we're trying to do. We're going to take all of the boxes that we just organized, throw them onto these shelves, write down the team names, and try to get them on there somehow. Maybe just kind of stick it in the front, and then the football cards will finally be done. And it is all done temporarily. We have all 32 teams here, all lined up, not alphabetized just yet. They're not officially labeled, because I will go back to the colored labels. I will use that for this application here. Football is orange. No, what color are they? They're yellow. So funny, yellow sticky notes. So yeah, it'll be Dallas Cowboys, quarter cards, something like that, or just Dallas Cowboys. Washington Commanders, so every player from the Washington Commanders history, football team, Redskins,
I believe they were the Braves at one point. They'll be in there. Denver Broncos and yada, 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 yada. So glad that this project is finally done. We can rest on that.
Alrighty, with football cards done temporarily, we will get to the baseball cards at some point, but we need to get all of this stuff, all of these binders and carrying cases off the floor here. Now that we have the football cards off of this shelf here, those boxes are empty. Those are extra 4 rows. I can put those over here. I'll have them kind of chill out here until the time is right to eventually use them. Like I said, I got binders, all different kinds of binders. I'll probably crack open the cases because you can't really sell cases of binders for a premium like you can with sports cards, whether it's blasters, megas, hobbies, whatever it is. It's just so I know what I have in there. Probably cut the lids off on all of them and then right on the front what's what. Carrying cases, we got a bunch of them. Probably line them up. I don't even know where I'll line them up. I'm still going to kind of figure that all out. You'll get to be able to watch me hopefully not struggle all too much, but it might be a small struggle until I can kind of figure out what's the exact algorithm that I want to use. Check this out, guys. So I'm trying to put the cases away nice and neat, facing the same way, organized the right way. And then I looked and I noticed that when the case is open, the Ultra Pro logo is, readable from the side that you're looking. Except this one, the sticker of the Ultra Pro is upside down. So you can read it from here, if you're looking down on it from here, but once the case gets opened, you can't read it. So now I'm looking at all of them, and they're all facing the right way, except that one case. How bizarre. Hang on a second. Look at this display that it comes in. I didn't expect that at all. I'm going to grab them out one by one to kind of put them on the shelf. I didn't expect them to be in this nice little display. I'm going to use the display here in the warehouse while I keep them in storage, but when I put them out on the shop floor, when I do, I might just take it and go just like this. This is pretty neat. I'm curious to see if any others have something like this. Alright, so we're going to settle for that for now. Obviously, the more stuff we get, we'll be able to add more to it. I want to leave a little bit of space for, again, new supplies and new binders and new other things to come in. I still kind of want to use it to store made cardboard boxes like you see up there up the top. But my camera's about to die again. Recording these time lapses kills the battery. Real quick, if I can squeeze it in, this will probably wrap it up for today. I'll see you guys on Thursday when I get back at it here at the shop and to the warehouse. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have given ourselves a due date, a timeline to get this done. I'm trying to get boxes and such all on the floor. But folks, we've officially set ourselves up with a date to get this done as best as we can so we can work on the actual retail shop itself. On August 6th, which is a Wednesday, we will be closed. Well, I guess I'm closed on Tuesday, so technically August 5th as well. But August 6th, we will be closed. That will be the start of our week-and-a-half closure here at Murph's Card Town, so we can move everything else that we need to in here and then move everything around the actual shop floor itself, cases, shelves, and fixtures and stuff like that. So from August 6th until August 15th, we will be closed, and we're going to be doing anything and everything to get the shop up and running. Actually, August 15th, we reopen, so we actually have from the 6th until the 14th. So is that 12 days? 12 days? No, that's 8 days. Not even a week and a half. We only have 8 days. So we're going to have a lot of work to do, and I'm very, very excited. We will have our card show cookout the following day after we reopen on the 15th, and the cookout card show is going to be on the 16th. Wasn't planned to be like a, hey, reopening cookout card show party. That wasn't the original plan, but that's kind of how it turned out to be. But we do have a lot of work to do. I tripped over some boxes that we need to find homes for. We still have the personal collection that we need to put up. over in the shelves that you can kind of see in the corner. I had new cases of different product come in. Let's see, Revolution Basketball Megas, Donruss Baseball Megas, Select Basketball Megas as well. So we got to put those up on the appropriate shelves. And on top of that, we have a ton of cardboard boxes to break down, just boxes like these. So once we empty out this case, we got to break it down. We got a ton of boxes to break down. Plus, I want to be able to try to take all the baseball quarter cards that we have currently accumulated. That's on the, you can't see it, that's on that table right there. Try to put them in 4 rows. I've been thinking to myself, instead of having 4 rows, should I just have these teams have multiple 2 rows? Because it would allow me to have more flexibility with the teams. So for instance, a team like the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Yankees, teams that have been around and have had a lot of great players, obviously the Red Sox being local as well, that also helps, but it would just be easier to control and grab for people if it's just 1 2-row box. Now obviously if there's more players, obviously if there's more cards, that fills more than a 2-row box, then we introduce a additional 2-row box. And I think that's going to be a much simpler way to go about things than having a full 4-row box, which some teams, like I've mentioned before, the Rays, the Marlins, the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, some of these newer teams that are 30-ish years old aren't going to be able to fill a full 4-row box, but they could absolutely fill a 2-row, or at least get close to filling a 2-row box for that matter. And then I just think it kind of keeps things unison as well, because all the football teams are organized in 2-row boxes. So when you're looking at this, I don't know what I'm going to call it, corner of value bins. I'll work on a name that I'll figure it out later. But it's just all going to be 2-row boxes. And I think that's going to look super clean, super crispy, and it's just going to be visually appealing and visually aesthetic as well. Then hey, here's a bunch of 2-row boxes of football. Oh hey, here's a bunch of 4-row boxes for whatever. Yes, the dollar bins will still be in 4-row boxes to kind of separate. Maybe quarter cards will be in 2 rows and dollar cards will be in 4 rows. Could do something like that as well. But I think it's going to be a lot better to have all the quarter cards, even the baseball ones, be in 2-row boxes. And if a team fills multiple 2-row boxes, then we just put them right next to each other. 2 Dodgers, 2 Red Sox, 2 Yankee boxes, they're just right next to each other. And then whatever the team after that alphabetically will just go right after it. I don't know where this thought came from, but I really do like the idea of that, just because it again keeps things unison, simple, and the visual aesthetics as well. But before we do anything, let's break down all these damn boxes, because there's just way too many in here. I want to get them out of here, clean up some floor space. Wow, what a tongue twister. And then I'd like to be able to get cracking on the personal collection, organize that a little bit more, just so I can free up that cart right there and use that when necessary. And it was at this very moment where I thought to myself, I could take these Donruss Mega Boxes, move everything on the shelf below over, and I could probably fit the Mega Boxes there to allow me to fit the Select Mega Boxes here. Now we got to move everything over. It's not a perfect system, but it's a system that kind of works, and I'm trying to future-proof it as well. We have a ton of boxes to break down. They're not going to break down themselves. I'll probably keep it just like 1 or 2 just so I can use as trash. But otherwise, we have maybe like 20 cardboard boxes to break down. So let's just kind of skip to it and let's get it done. Look at all these boxes we need to break down. Could go swimming in all this cardboard. But instead of skipping over, I think it would make a good time lapse. And I'll just kind of do a voiceover, just kind of expressing how appreciative I am. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Well, now that we got some time here, let me just express and break down that running a card shop is not all what it looks like to be. It's not just me hanging out, talking about cards and sports and all that stuff, looking at high-end cards, looking at fancy boxes. It's none of that. It's a lot of hard work that goes on in the background. A lot of people who walk into the shop may open the doors, walk in, and not see me for a moment or two because I'm coming around the corner, being in my office or now the warehouse, because I was doing something, whether that's editing a video like this, whether it's me breaking down boxes, organizing, putting things away, doing something simply behind the scenes that customers and people don't get to always see. Through this expansion series, I really wanted to take you guys into the whole aspect of running a card shop. This can simply be applied to opening a card shop as well. A lot of the same principles would gone into it, such as building shelves, moving in, setting things up, organizing boxes, and there's also other differences as well. However, since we are expanding the shop, we just need to kind of move things around, build some shelves, and put things in the right spot. Now, of course, it is not that simple, as we're working on our third part of this series, and we're 3 hours or so of videos in. There's going to be more parts after this, and there's going to be a lot more content to come from this as well. So there is a lot more work that goes into it than kind of what I'm making it seem like. But I want people to understand that there is a lot of work, and I know there's a lot of work that goes into any small business, but specifically trading cards or just simply a card shop. I wish it was so simple. I wish it was so easy. I wish the money was flowing in. I wish there was no stress. But there is stress. The money doesn't always flow in. It's not always easy. But thanks to you guys, people who may be watching here on YouTube, customers that actually come to the shop, people who support me and the shop, whether it's on social media or physically here at the shop, I appreciate you guys oh so very much. I try to make sure that my appreciation is always shown for you guys, no matter how you're supporting. Whether you're supporting by buying some Cardtown armor on murphscardtown.com, whether it's being a channel member or a subscriber, or by coming by the shop buying boxes and cards. The support is always appreciated. I want to make sure you guys know that. And through this expansion, I've really been able to get humbled based off of where I've come from. Murph's Cardtown first opened in August of 2021 back in Johnston. For those that aren't familiar with our Johnston shop, go check out some of the videos that I have here on YouTube about the Johnston shop, how I built it out, and some of the videos that have backdrops of the shop or me kind of walking around the shop. I do believe there's a shop tour. There is a shop tour of the old location, so definitely go check it out if you guys want to kind of see a blast from the past. I strongly recommend it. And then obviously when we moved shops, when we moved from Johnson here to Harmony, to Chepachet or Gloucester, whatever you want to call it, the zip code situation is really weird. So the town is Gloucester, and there's 3 villages here in Gloucester, similar to boroughs of New York City. There's Harmony, there's Chepachet, and West Gloucester. Now, the building is physically located in Harmony, the village of Harmony, but the zip code is a technical zip code of Chepachet, because here on Route 44 where the shop is located, only the Chepachet post office delivers on Route 44 itself. It was so confusing to figure it out. It was so confusing to kind of explain and express that to people, but I do have a clear understanding of it. So literally pick whichever one, Chepachet, Gloucester, Harmony. That's where the shop is, right? But when we moved here, I was super excited. I was so pumped, and I was so grateful and appreciative. And unfortunately, I did lose some customers in the transition, moving further away. And a lot of the customers have come with me to Chepachet, Harmony, Gloucester, whatever. But I've met so many great new people that have become my friends, that have become really good customers here to the shop, and I'm so thankful for that. And I think through this expansion, Murph's Cardtown is only going to be able to get bigger. It's only going to be able to get better, and I'm super excited to see what's to come on the other side of this expansion. I don't know how many more parts of the series we're going to be having to make, but I'm very excited to do so, because once we're done expanding and setting up the warehouse, which, let's be honest, guys, it's not always going to be done. There's always going to be things that are happening and changing to the warehouse. But I can't wait to move furniture, display cases, shelves, and fixtures around on the shop floor, and I can't wait to showcase that for you. So thank you guys so much, whether you're a subscriber, a channel member, or a customer here to the shop. Thank you guys so much for making this all possible. I definitely appreciate that, and I'm very, very excited to bring you more of this expansion series. Back to the video.
Woo! That took a while. That's a lot of work. And glad that's done. I feel a lot cleaner. I feel a lot better. It looks bigger in here. And to have it kind of comprised of two massive boxes that I could just put in the dumpster, yeah, that makes me feel good. So I've never really done a video about showing off my sealed collection, and this isn't going to be that, but I do want to reorganize the collection a little bit, which I mentioned before. So up on the top up there next to the Captain Rex helmet, I want to have a 151 Blooming Waters collection box. The Trading Card Classic box. That's like $400 that nobody wants. I got one of these in my sealed collection. I think if they don't ever do something like this again, I think it could be worth something down the road. I already own it. Nobody wants it. Might as well put it in the collection. Now, beforehand, tucked away in one of these shelves right here, kind of on the bottom, I had some UPCs. Well, this is a prismatic, if I can get it. This is a prismatic SPC Super Premium Collection, 151 UPC, and then the Terrapagos UPC. I wish I had the Charizard UPC in my collection. Maybe I can go out and try to find it sometime down the road. But I want a better way to display those, so then I'm going to put those up there as well. Just kind of have a bunch of oversized Pokemon boxes, kind of lay it out, see what it looks like, and then go from there. That's kind of what we're going to work with. This isn't a collection video, this is more of an expansion video, but I just kind of want to drop the PC in here a little bit. We do have the prismatic ETB, which I might take out because I like to keep the highest configuration of a product. So obviously booster boxes typically is that highest configuration. Some products don't have a booster box, such as Prismatic Evolutions, where at the time when ETBs was out, ETB was the biggest. Then they came out with the Super Premium Collection. I have that in the collection. Recently, what just came out was Black Bolt and White Flare. There's nothing higher than these two ETBs right now, so this is going to go in the collection. Additionally, for Prismatic Evolution, we had all these other boxes, the pouch, the bundle, the poster and binder collection. I might take these out of the collection because I don't really care for them, and I know that I can sell them, and I'd rather do that. Let me know what you guys think and what I should do. Should I keep them? Should I sell them? Yeah, who knows? But anyways, let's get back to the expansion. All right, that table is in place, and I'll be honest, and this is where I wanted it because I kind of wanted to be not a catch-all kind of a table, but like a processing table or so, kind of near the front of things, and it's in a really good spot. It does stick out like a sore thumb though, let me tell you. But hey, it's not a mansion, it's not a place that, you know, is supposed to have a ton of free extra space. It's a warehouse, it's a place of work, and that's exactly the purpose it's serving. I also have the cart right here next to it. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so the cart's next to it as well. Process things here, throw a couple things onto there if I need to wheel it out to the shop, or I can just kind of take it and go about my business to put it away appropriately. Like I said, it does take up a little bit of space, like the space right here where the camera is now. The table's like right here and the wall's right here, so it's literally just kind of like two people's widths, which is totally fine. That's doable. Again, I don't need that much space. Now, I do have a ton of free space over back in the corner where all the memorabilia is set up. All the memorabilia, my PC, all that good stuff. We were able to finish that, which is very, very exciting. Here it is. Voila! Maybe I'll make a video about all that good stuff another time. I do have a video on the channel. It's only for channel members. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go do so if you're a channel member. And if you're not, please consider joining the channel membership program so you get a bunch of awesome, cool benefits, perks, and goodies, such as being able to see videos early. You'll be able to get to see member-only videos, member-only polls, shout-outs, and just so much more. 3 tiers, pick the one that best fits you. But going back to that top 5 memorabilia video that is for channel members only, I kind of showcase my top 5 memorabilia pieces in my personal collection. And I would love to be able to display some of them right here. Now, I don't want to commit to anything and hang things up on the wall just yet because I'm still moving things around. I want to get things situated and settled. However, I've bit myself before multiple times in the past, whether that was in Johnson, specifically back when I was in Johnson, throwing stuff on the wall and then needing the shelf space. Whether it was on the shop floor, even in the office, throwing stuff on the wall, looks good. Oh, now I need to put a shelf and I can't fit that piece of memorabilia there. On the shop floor right now, I got the 3 Alabama jerseys that you guys, if you come to Murph's Card Town, are very familiar with. We also have the Patrick Surtain jersey that is on the wall in the corner. Those are most likely going to have to come down. Well, the 3 Bama jerseys definitely going to have to come down. The Surtain jersey, 90% sure that's going to have to come down. Again, shelves are going to be going there. We're going to be moving things around. So I don't want to commit to anything just yet here in the warehouse section, but I really would like to dedicate that to a couple pieces of memorabilia at the very least. Maybe a jersey, maybe a nice 16 by 20 picture. I do have to find space to put those Bama jerseys here in the warehouse. If not here in the warehouse, I am building a man cave shed at my house. Be a great place to put those as well. Also have this space here in between this shelf and the top loader shelf right there, but I don't want to commit just in case we're still growing, still expanding, and need to actually put a shelf here. I know I've talked about not wanting to put a shelf right here because, or have this shelf further down because of the tightness right here, and I want to make sure the cart can come through here. Things could change over time, so I want to make sure that I'm building this out and preparing myself for future growth and future expansion. I want to make this as foolproof as humanly possible and make sure I don't run into other issues down the road and having to
2,000 years later.
Well, hours later, my SIM card was full, so the recording just abruptly stopped. I took that time, though, to edit the whole part 3 vlog up until this point, obviously, and I wiped out my SIM card nice and clean. Hopefully we don't run into this issue again for a while, at the very least, probably until we go to the National. But let me take you over here real quick. Sorry, the tripod legs are hitting a few things. We are going to start building these 2-row boxes. We've officially made the decision to rock with 2-row boxes for the baseball quarter cards. I just think it's easy for people to grab, adults, kids, older people, doesn't matter who it is, it's just easy to grab, easy to put back. But if a team does need a multiple second box, then they'll get a second box, and then the boxes will just go right next to each other in alphabetical order. Obviously, you know, if it's the Red Sox, Boston Red Sox, keep it simple. And then the next team after the Red Sox, I think it's the Chicago Cubs alphabetically. So the Cubs box will be here, and then the White Sox next after them, so on and so on. I don't know how many 2-row boxes I'm going to officially need outside of needing 30 boxes for the 30 teams. I already know the Red Sox is a 4-row box because I currently have a 4-row of Red Sox cards organized by player's last name. So Manny Ramirez is organized by R, David Ortiz by O, so on and so on. You get the point. Will it be the same in these? Probably not, just because I'm not going to stick the first half of the alphabet in one box and then the second half in the other box. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So the organization by alphabet will probably get discontinued for the Red Sox box, and then half of it, I might shuffle it around a little bit just to make it fun. But half of that 4-row will go in one box. The other half will go in this 2-row box here. And I already have some cards somewhere over there. I think it's in a 1-row box right now that's slowly filling up of Red Sox cards. So I definitely will need a third 2-row box. Plus, I'm sure there's a stack here somewhere of Red Sox cards that I just can't seem to find because it's the team that I need. If it wasn't the team I need, I probably would be able to find it. I can't find it. It doesn't matter. But I have tons of boxes of baseball cards organized by team, and I'm sure the Red Sox are a part of it. However, before we start doing any of that, let's just organize a bunch of 2-row boxes. All right, it's 6:45 here. We're about to wrap up for the evening and close down the shop. Got a lot of stuff done today. Got a lot of work done within the past week or so. I'm very excited for the weekend ahead. Hopefully it's going to be busy here at the shop. I know it's going to be busy behind the scenes. We were able to make a dozen or so boxes, so that's very exciting. We have all those cards to organize and put into the 2 rows once we're done making them, but very, very excited for tomorrow and the weekend ahead. I'm not sure how many days I'll be able to work here in the warehouse before we head out for the National in Chicago on Wednesday. By the time you guys are already seeing this video, I'll already be there, already making content. I want to try to make sure that part 3 of this expansion series gets made, edited, and released before I leave. Channel members, you guys are going to be seeing this video well in advance before the public, because I'm trying to keep it like a week in between each part. I think that's a good little time to have in between each part. There's going to be a little bit of delay between parts 3 and 4 just because of all the national content that we're going to be posting. Plus, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get back in here from the National, once we get back from the National, to get in here into working, obviously with the shop being closed for the 8 days between August 6th and the 14th. We're going to be in here a lot, obviously, but the question is how much editing can I do and how many videos can I release during that time as well. With all that being said, I'm not wrapping up the video just yet. We'll do that, after tomorrow's day's work. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today, for this evening, and I can't wait to see you guys for me tomorrow, and let's see how much work we can get done here in the warehouse. See you tomorrow.
The next day.
And it's a brand new day here at Murph's Card Town. We're in the warehouse and we got the boxes finished. Finally, I just finished that up this morning / this afternoon. We have a ton of cards here on the table that you can kind of see. This isn't everything, this is only some, but what I want to do is I want to get the dolly, wherever that is. I think it's way over there. Get that, roll it out, fill a box with each team, and put that box filled with all the cards of that team onto the dolly. Do that for every single team, and then wheel it over to well over there and set up a shelf with the actual shelves, because right now they're all just kind of empty cages without the particle board shelving. And we're going to put the particle board shelving on the shelves themselves to put those boxes like we did with the football cards on those shelves, to get them off the table, get them off the floor, get them on a shelf, kind of see how many actual shelving units we'll need for baseball. I have 30 boxes right here. I know multiple teams are going to need multiple boxes, and that is a-okay. If the quarter baseball cards ends up taking 2 or 3 shelves, I am absolutely okay with that. We still have all the quarter cards out on the shop floor that's not even accounted for. We'll take those off the show floor when we close down for the 8 days, when we actually really move things all around. But for now, the time being, we will still offer them to our customers here at the shop. Alright, got all the boxes off the cart and onto the shelf. I'm using a new system this go around. So instead of writing the team name on the sticky note and then trying to have it stick to the front of the box, only to it falling off just like football did, I actually thought of writing it on the sticky note still, and then, good catch, and then sliding it underneath but in front, so when I'm going through all the teams I can just see the team right in the front, instead where the football I kind of have to like peek in and try to find the sticky note. Really cool improvement there. I left a gap here by accident when I was writing the team name, just so I didn't have to hunch over. So I just got to move up the Rockies, Dodgers, and Royals up to that shelf, and then we'll be good there. We have extra cards in those boxes right there that we need to take out. It's already organized by team. Take out, find the appropriate team, chuck it in the box, and that will be done there. That system worked out great. Having the sticky note in front, I was easily able to just take the cards, plop them in, and go to the next team. Rinse and repeat 30 times or 29 times technically. But yeah, that's all done. That's gonna sit there for a while. Some of the boxes got a little folded at the top from stacking them. That's okay, it doesn't matter. They look good. They're gonna be all situated and settled. Big thank you to Pete for organizing these cards and pretty much almost every other card that we've been organizing by teams so far, both baseball and football. Thank you very much. But now we got a bunch of boxes on the floor that you guys can't really see. That's okay. Break them out, throw them out, and we gotta get this trash out. I mean, I know it's just a bunch of cardboard boxes sitting in the middle of the floor, taking up a lot of space. Gotta get them out. It's like 100 degrees outside, and I'm sweating here inside, so that's gonna be a fun little exploration into the heat.
A few moments later.
So with that all being done, we have come so far in this journey, in this expansion. I'm so thankful that you guys have been able to watch this. I'm so appreciative of all the support I've gotten through this expansion. But unfortunately, we will have to wrap it up for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed everything from start to finish in just this third part, but also the entire series as well. So thank you guys for watching every single part along the way. And if you haven't seen part 1 or 2, you guys are definitely missing a lot because we've done so much in all 3 parts that there's so much that we've covered, and we've put in so much work, blood, sweat, and tears, that it is great to see where we started to where we are now, and to just simply look back and be like, wow, that's awesome. But we still have a ton more work to do that we're definitely going to try to do on Sunday for me, and maybe even Monday as well. So we have 2 more days until we leave for the National. I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to get done back here, and that is why I want to wrap the video here. It's already been long enough, just like the other 2 parts in this series, but I don't want to have to leave this part on a cliffhanger, go to the National.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, hour or so later, just had a couple customers come in. I do kind of forget my train of thought. I was talking about how I didn't want to kind of leave this part on a cliffhanger, go to Chicago, and then come back to have to finish part 3 of this video with a completely different mindset than I currently have. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I think we've had a great video. We've got a lot of stuff done, huge milestones checked off. PC, tables, shelves, organizing football and baseball cards. So much great things have been done, and I'm super excited and super relieved that we were able to do such. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and every video in this series so far. If you have, please smash the thumbs up button, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new or haven't considered subscribing. I definitely appreciate the love and support by subscribing to the channel. Consider checking out the channel membership program so you can see this video, other videos, both early before the public, and all of our other awesome benefits that we have in the channel membership program. I would definitely appreciate you checking out the channel membership program. Pick whichever tier works best for you out of the 3 that we have to offer. Like I said, that'll wrap it up for this video. I've queued up an excellent video right there for you that I do believe will be excellent for your hobby endeavors. Hopefully, I'll see you in that one.